everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Tyranny. Last episode, we actually managed to fully complete and dispel the Edict of Storms. 2 edicts completely dealt with. That is a fantastic and wonderful thing. No active edict on this region. Beautiful. It was a little questioning in some ways, but at least it was dealt with. Next, we've made our choice that we're going to make our way to Lethian's Crossing, but first, we have checkups and such to do. Let's start by heading back to the Ocean Spire. From there, we'll be able to make teleportations. And speak with our companions, of course. And we have missives. 3 of them. Including one from the Voices of Narat. Interesting. First, the subject of spires. Tune on favor 1. Dear Jason Pendragon, based on what you've told me, it seems a stretch to believe these events are mere coincidence or circumstance. Kairos' Edict of Execution was a setup for someone to claim Ascension Hall. To think that Kairos did not know what would happen is a massive underestimation of the Overlord's long view. You have been thrust into the arena of the mighty. Your options are retreat into obscurity, suicide, or rising to the occasion. I suggest the third option. If I were you, I would use my connection to the spires to see if they will all awaken to my presence. Every Tearsman sees the spires in the horizon. If they know you are the master of the spires, they will see you each time they look to the sunrise or sunset. Foster a reputation for power. Make others fear you. This is what I've seen Kairos and every living Archon do for as long as I've lived, and there's reasons for this. There's the practical case that power and a reputation insulate you from threats, but there's the lesser-known element that I can't prove, but I know in my heart to be true. The fear and love of others will strengthen your magic. This last part I've inferred from my discussions with Bled and Mark. In the few times he has spoken of his gruesome work of slaying those who might rise to threaten the Overlord, he has hinted that it's easier to kill the rogue elements before they become famed and fearsome. In my time, I saw Graven Ash change from an unknown militiaman to a fearsome general, and I can assure you, he did not have the power to shield his warriors in those days when he was without title or reputation. The Archons will never ever discuss the origin of their power, because such knowledge might be used against them, but I have known all the Archons to be obsessed with the presentation of power. Your connection to the spires will all but guarantee the Archons will want to control and destroy you. It is a question of when, not if. Start thinking and acting like an Archon. As far as I'm concerned, you are an Archon. The Archon of the Spires. We are quick to place labels on powers we easily spot, and history is replete with Archons of fire and ice. It is foolish to think that there must be a word for a thing before an Archon can control it. Other way around, the Archons show us what is possible, and we must step to their dance. That's something that I've been wondering. We've been slowly gaining power as we dispel these edicts, and I have a feeling we're going to end up dispelling the other 2 edicts, and yet we also claim these spires. Archon of spires, that's a possibility, but I'm also wondering if we're going to be like an Archon of magic, or something like that. Ask about Kairos' wrath. Thank you for weighing in on all this. To ask perhaps too obvious a question, if I am such an anomaly, such a threat, why hasn't the Overlord dealt with me right away? An edict, or just a simple request to Bled and Mark would be no small threat. Neither seems to have happened just yet. What is your take on this? Why hasn't Kairos dealt with me? Or, inquire about Bled and Mark's killings. Your wisdom on the matter is greatly appreciated. You made mention of Bled and Mark and his killings. During my training, Fatebinder Callio hinted that much of Bled and Mark's work involves killing off threats before they blossom into genuine problems, so it's curious to hear you second that fact. So let's say, for the sake of argument, I am some Archon. Is it just a matter of time until Bled and Mark is sent to kill me? Should I be making grand displays of loyalty to the court to assuage his suspicions? Or ask about the Archons and how they've risen to power. I appreciate the insight and am honored by your vote of confidence. Your missive made mention of Graven Ash, and how you've known of him since before he wore the title Archon of War. Can you tell me more of what you observed of his rise to power? If I am indeed an Archon, it's safe to say I wasn't born knowing what I can or can't do, and it stands to reason I might learn something from the stories of the other Archons. No, I think Kairos' wrath might be the choice. No, we'll ask about Leadenmark's killings. Next, stilling the storm. You display curious empathy for those who name you enemy. I sincerely hope that history remembers it as one of your critical strengths rather than your most dire weakness. Remember always that the Overlord favors efficacy over empathy. Rare is the Fatebinder who delivers both. Perhaps. And the voices of Narat have a mission for us. Pardon me if I do the voice. Dearest Fatebinder, champion of Turan's Gavel, slayer of Quiremen, we hope you recognize that we bear you no ill will. Who understands treachery if not the Archon of Secrets? We've always held the very highest esteem for the work of other specialists in the arts duplicitous. Make no mistake, dear Fatebinder, after your little performance at Vengeance Well, and with such a flair for theatrical illumination, you have ascended in our estimate. We trust you will understand that when we peel the flesh from your bones and squeeze the bile from your quivering innards, it's strictly out of artistic integrity and the courtesy owed a fellow professional. Nothing personal at all. But enough about our friendly rivalry. Do you enjoy the company of our little spy? Her dance never fails to inspire in us the most pleasant quivers. We have a gift for her, delivered through you due to the girl's questionable faculty with letters. We've learned from one of our birds that a mercenary in Haven has been absolutely gloating about slaying her sisters. His boasts even secured him work defending some crossing merchant. Show her the sigils on the reverse. She'll know what they mean. The voices of Narat, Archon of Secrets and Master of Cacophony. The opposite page contains several rough, ink-scratched symbols that look like nothing more than a child's pictographs of their favorite animals. We can send our thanks. Receiving your missive was an unexpected pleasure. I shall see to it that verse is informed. Doubtless this will end in blood. Or inquire further. No doubt you intend your message to elicit violence and chaos. That's standard for you, however, so I'm left to wonder, what else do you hope to accomplish? Or threaten him. I don't know yet what you have planned for verse, but I promise to unravel it. As you watch your little plot collapse upon itself, imagine what I'll do to your grandest designs before I bring my blades to you. Or respond rudely. With all due respect, shove off! No. How about we inquire further? No doubt you... What else do you hope to accomplish? We'll send it, and we'll get a reply soon. The fire inside. Talk to Verse about the missive regarding her. We shall. Let's see. First, you. Greetings, Fatebinder. How may I help you? Have you completed forging an item for me? Your recruits have been hard at work. Let me show you what they've done. And here we have it. Pride of the Forgotten. Is this actually better than what he's got? Huh. You know what? I'll take it. It's pretty good, and I think it's worth it. It also has Survivor, which is very, very nice. I want you to forge something for me. So, let's see. We can't craft this. Sadly, we don't have enough people with it. Is there anything that is only the other person? Only a particular person's? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. We can get the Spear Elegance, which is interesting. As interesting as these things are, I don't think I'm going... Well, Scorn is a javelin, but we don't have enough recruits for it. Never mind. Okay. Do you have anything to speak of, Kills in Shadow?
Fatebinder wants Beast Woman?
Had any good hunts lately?
Good, yep. And many more. Found pack of rots smelling Coruscant Apex lands. Humans tried to scamper flee on sight, but Beast Woman was already in full sprint. Legs were pumping, blood was surging fast, heart throb, throb, throb. Flicked claws and slashed through backs, ears filled with screams.
She pants happily at the memory, tongue lolling between her teeth.
Was fun for Beast Woman.
Okay, fine then. I have a feeling our other companions may not have anything specific to say.
Moment, my Lord Binder, you have something which requires my attention?
Well, Barrack is quite loyal.
What can I do for you?
Graven Ash asked if you were unwell. What does he know that I don't? The Archon can be very free with his words, especially in the company of those he holds in confidence, and his care for the well-being of his soldiers is to be commended. However, I wish that he had said nothing of my condition. I will not give you the impression that I am unfit for duty. What condition is that, Barrack? The only obvious one, my armor. I am trapped in this shell with no form of escape. A year into this sorry state and my armor shows no sign of weakness. If anything, the plates have grown tighter. They need constant oiling if I'm to have any hope of sustaining a long march. There are other problems. I have not been able to inspect my body for wounds or infection. I know nothing of my physical condition, and until recently I gave off a foul odor. Until recently. Lean closer. Either my reek is gone or my nose has fallen off, and neither possibility gives me peace of mind. I also feel less of the irritation or discomfort that I once did. I have sat up awake at night wondering what it could mean. The range of possibilities frightens me. Do you think you're dead inside there? I don't know how that could be possible. It would make sense that I have rotted in this iron shell and my body has given up its last. Or perhaps I died in the last battle of Stalwart and occupied this shape. And what would that make me? A skeleton? A shadow? An empty suit of rusted iron? It seems almost foolish to speculate. I am part of Ash's Legion, which is all that matters. I am not the man I was when I entered Stalwart. I have always known that. But these worries of mine force me to consider ideas that are better left unexplored. Thank you for listening. If nothing else, you can help me prattle off to no end. Alright then, we'll talk later. Now that I think about it, who do we talk... Oh yeah, that's right. It's one of these, if we wanted to improve things. Which, in his case, I would very much want to. We have enough that we can. We'd need more forage recruits in order to upgrade him any better, but he's pretty good now. I think that was worth it to do. Okay. We still have our other companions here to speak with. First, though, we have a ton of loot that I need to see if anything is going to go for these guys. You are currently wielding a two-handed weapon, which is fine. You, I don't believe you have any armor that you can wear. This is all leather. And you're wearing cloth. Because I'm sticking with cloth. I mean, should I be? It basically lowers recovery. Quite a bit. I have this very good helm, but... we lose so much with it. I'm still sticking with this one for now. There isn't a javelin, I don't think. Yeah, I can check things here. We have the Skyblade javelins here. Which is exactly the same. There is absolutely no change. And I admit, this Titan's Knuckle is still even better than the sword I'm using, which is actually surprising. I haven't really used on-weapon crit days for a bit, which is pretty nice. Oh, this just gives might. Will not give it. Alright, let's see.
That's twice now you've undone one of Kairos' edicts. If you're trying to invite the wrath of the Overlord, good job. The Edict of Storms promised to be the death of the peninsula. I have no idea how the Unbroken lasted as long as they did. What with the blighted crops, obliterated roads, and the erratic flooding. What is it you need? Of course.
We'll need you two in order to go over things.
For a short while.
I see you there.
Oh good, level ups. Alright, Verse, you got a point for level up. I guess a point there would be good. And you are getting what ability? We'll give you this. I guess you'll get the bonus to athletics. And as for Ebb, the ability and skill cooldown would be good. And your other ability, Student of Magic, maybe. Yeah, Student of Magic. And now, let's see here. You're sticking with that bow. That's a very good bow. Armor-wise, let's see. Those light leather gauntlets are fantastic. Not giving you heavy. Scavenger leather boots, I'll grant you those. Spiked iron helm, heavy bronze cuirass, heavy. Heavy leather armor. It's actually a bit better. Yeah, I think we'll give you that. Instead of the Opportunist, which is pretty good, we'll give you that. Heavy leather armor. Gap of precision, doesn't matter. Your armor is good. How about weapon? Oh, first, we'll give you this. And how about weapons on this end? With the two that you have here. Titan's Knuckle is actually very, very powerful. And it's actually faster than Jagged Remedy's Thirst. Shockingly. But what about the other one? I want something with a low recovery. Ringblade. Oh no, it's two-handed. Never mind. I don't think there's anything in particular here. Okay. Fine then. Should we give that to the others? No. We'll keep it like that. For when you need to. And on your end, we don't have any special staff, so armor. Is there anything here? I'm kind of keeping it on cloth for now. And I don't think I have any cloth items. No, I do not. Alright, so you're fine as you are. I feel like maybe we should take these two for a bit. Remind me on the spells side. I should probably give you a healing spell. Would probably be worth it to have. Healing Wisps, Vital Body, Healing Aura, which is a fantastic spell, but we can't cast it. Restoring Touch, though. Improve the intensity. Improve the recovery. Wait, really? Oh, the user has lower recovery time. Range. Accuracy I don't care about, but range. Ah, you don't quite have enough. Alright, we'll assign it to you so that you actually have a healing ability. You've also got Rhyme Spike, you've got Phantom Bolt, and you've got Electric Jolt. Which, you can improve some of these. Improve that. Wait, what is Electric Jolt? Okay, that's actually pretty good. Recovery would be good. Interrupt, no. Duration, no. Range. Can't improve accuracy. So update that. Can't deal with Phantom Bolt. Rhyme Spike, we got improvements. Can't really do that improvement. Recovery would be nice. And range. I don't think you can get any improvements with these. You might be able to do something. Titan's Touch? No. The recovery can be done. And the healing is pretty good as it is. Can't really improve it. And the haste, you can do the recovery boost. One of those would actually be very impressive, but I can't. So we'll do the recovery boost for now. There we go. Anyway. That spell is improved there. I feel like you should probably have a healing spell. I mean, it's a very useful spell and ability, after all. You can't really do much, but we'll assign it to you so that you actually have it. Okay. Do you have anything to say?
Couldn't help but notice the bird from Cacophony.
Ah, yes. Verse smirks as you approach, scrutinizing you with her mismatched gaze. How do you know where the bird came from?
The voiceless birds have a certain hollowness to their movements, like puppets, or the fifth eye.
She chuckles, running a hand down her hair feathers.
But seriously, you're not the voice's favorite person in the tiers. This missive must be good.
Want to read it?
Maybe summarize it for me?
Verse glances at the voice's wildly inconsistent lettering. You can't read?
It's never struck me as being the most useful fucking skill. Wanna make something of it?
I could teach you. She crosses her arms, but her cheeks flush. I could teach you.
Hey, it's not that I... Maybe after we're done opening people up, assuming we both survive?
He thinks he's found one of your sister's killers.
Wait, what? He found one of the shits who killed my Furies? Let's pack up and go.
Who is this person?
I don't know exactly. There's someone who helped murder my sisters in arms. But we know where to find him, right? Let's go pry the whole story from him.
There's something else. These strange symbols on the back.
There's a lot to love about spycraft. The trickery, the blade work, keeping your senses awake, balancing on the edge between confusion and discovery. Memorizing the Archon's childish pictographs is not my favorite part.
She examines the parchment, frowning.
Malfora. She's one of Harshion's people. Bit boring, but gossipy in the way that pays. We should be able to find her along the road to Lethian's Crossing.
And she's just going to trust us?
The voices gave us the passphrases that will get Malfora to open up to us. When we find her, let me do the talking and everything should run smooth as sea glass.
She rubs her hands together.
This will feel good, Finder. Wildly, incredibly, stupidly good.
The Archon's sudden interest in your revenge doesn't seem suspicious to you?
Are you asking me if I trust the voices of Nerat? Archon of secrets, spy master, arcane pillar of green smoke and flame, immortal magician, eater of minds, and connoisseur of perversions? Of course not. But if it's some convoluted trap, I'll have your back and you'll have mine, right?
Alright, let's go.
Lead the way.
We'll make our way there. First, though, I have things I need to sell. Okay, let's see here. First up, we got things over here. Anything named, I am not going to sell. Sell that, sell that, sell that. Not that, sell that, sell that, sell that, sell that, sell that. Not that. Sell that, sell that, sell that, sell those, sell that, and not that. Now on the armor side, Sell that. Sell that. Sell that. Sell that. Hold on to that for now. Sell that. Sell that. Sell that. Sell that. Sell that. And sell that. Then we have all of these to sell. And that's getting us a ton of shit, which I love immensely. Okay, and we send out a trade. Beautiful. Love it. Fantastic. Can I, out of curiosity... I don't have enough to upgrade that. Which does kind of suck. We'd need more recruits. Which, now that I think about it... Well, first... Okay, we have that, yes. But first... We can hire some things here. I guess I kind of want to hire some more. Merchant. 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 They'll appear... Well, we can do a back and forth run. Anything I want to hire here? I guess Lone Fang there. For a fourth person, I guess. We'll go investigate. And there's no one else here I want to investigate for now, but... Merchant Crossroads. Interesting. First up, Mountain Spire. Take a peek here. Ah, there's, no, that's Kills in Shadow. There's Lone Fang, who I was curious about. Human! She flares her nostrils as she parses your scent. What does human who smells of mud iron blood want from Lone Fang? Do you have anything for me? Yes, yes. We'll show human. Oh, she does. We have a great bow, a bronzed great sword, an iron heater shield, and camping supplies, somehow. Okay, I think we're going to sell these things. I don't know if the great bow actually has any value there. Probably not. Actually, it's just slightly more range, but it's not an artifact. Which means I'll keep that, although it would only be useful for Bane. Regardless. Those must be the new items we have. Alright, now a quick trip back so that we can see these new visitors in the Ocean Spire. Let's see here. We've got Ragus up here. The man shuffles back further towards the wall behind him, avoiding as much eye contact with the horizon as possible. Fatebinder! The man nods to you, but his eyes continually dart to the horizon behind you as he speaks. I appreciate the opportunity to serve you. I just never imagined that... He gulps. Such heights would be involved. And you've got leather stuff. And cloth. I could buy cloth items from you, which would be nice. Char-coated leather girdle. Plus 10 armor, fire stolen. Interesting idea. Right. We want to sell that and I guess sell the great bow. Getting a lot of coin now. What else have we got in here? Thantos, Master of Brazing. At your service, Fatebinder. Praxis, Master of Smelting. The man's face lights up the moment you approach. Ah, Governor Jason Pendragon. Is it alright if I refer to you by your old form of address? We have yet to have someone run Lethian's Crossing as well as you did. So far as I'm concerned, the mantle will always be yours. He fidgets with his hammer anxiously for a moment before lowering his voice. If I may be so bold, I have a question for you. Ask away. Praxis's eyes light up with the same intensity of the forge behind him. From where does Kairos' power truly stem? Is it from the magic of edicts? Is it from archons? Or perhaps from the loyal subjects of their toil? Archons are the true source of Kairos' power, which, with such mighty creatures at the Overlord's disposal, she can delegate much of her affairs and her reach becomes limitless. I'd argue the commoners of the world are the source of Kairos' power. It is their collective submission that legitimizes Kairos' rule. Edicts are the crux of Kairos' power. Powerful magic that can shape the very landscape gives Kairos dominion over our reality. Or a shrug. I'll be honest, I have to shrug. Enlightened indifference, an uncommon virtue. Praxis quietly nods for a moment, almost forgetting you were ever there. My apologies for indulging myself in the philosophical. Is there anything I can do for you? What have you made for me? I don't have anything for you at the moment. Check back later. Recruits can generate items for you while you are gaining experience by adventuring in the world. Okay then. Do you have anything to say?
Fatebinder wants beast good.
Any good hunts yet?
Loped through strange-smelling graveyard of sage mystics and the light of new moon. Dug, but only found rat-gnawed human bones.
I see. And Lantry?
One moment, my...
Okay.
I'm there.
I kind of want to take him because we're going to stop and speak with that one guy. So, We'll take him instead of Ebb for this moment. Actually,
Goodbye to you too.
No doubt this
we'll
will
take
prove
him and Ebb for now. Now, we're going to teleport back over to here, the mountain spire. We'll take a rest, here in the mountain spire, because it'll give us some, things. And then I'm actually going to have to end this episode. I didn't expect this would have been how long the episode went. Or, I expected there might be more. Yes, rest for 8 hours. Oh, we have a missive. 2 of them. Firstly, my dear Fatebinder, it's a poorly kept secret that Bledenmark's job is more about killing threats before they become a problem. Official executions are really the minority of his duties. As I understand it, Kairos has long used Bledenmark as a preventative measure. Since he can move about the world rather freely, and he can evade all but the most absurd powers, he's the perfect predator to send against wild talents. I'm sure few in the tiers have ever actively wondered why there have been seemingly so few Archons born this far west. I'm sure folks with the potential to be Archons have occurred in the tiers time and time again, but they're usually cut down by Mark before the world hears of them. It's likely safe to assume Bledenmark has his eye on you, and has orders to use his own judgment as to when to strike. I've known the old man for ages, and I'd strongly encourage you not to try to appeal to him with overt displays of loyalty. He has no stomach for sycophants. I sincerely believe he thinks every human being is a selfish, twisted knave, and there are those who are lying about it, and those that accept what they are. No third types exists. So yes, I do think Bledenmark will one day have to come for you. As I said, you can always hide or end your life now, but where you're headed, conflict is likely inevitable. We'll next ask about Kairos' wrath. Why hasn't Kairos dealt with me yet? And here we have fuel for the flame. Ah, Fatebinder, you wound us! Have we ever needed an incentive beyond violence and chaos? If we have an ulterior motive, it is merely to see what Verse does with our gift. She is well practiced in both of those qualities, and we take incredible pleasure in observing her development. Set aside your paranoia and share in our delight, Jason Pendragon. The voices of Narat. Well, anyway, I am going to end this episode here because it has gone on, quite frankly, long enough. More than long enough, in fact. I think this one went long. Anyway, next episode, we are going to, we're going to head to, basically back to Tunon's court to speak with him and report in on what we've been doing so far. I'm sure he's going to want to know. But that'll be in the next episode. So until then, I'm Cheswick44. That is Jason Pendragon, Barrack, Ebb, and Lantry. This has been a Let's Play of Tyranny. And I shall see you all next time.